Hey guys, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing my 5 top tips on how to get a tattoo apprenticeship. So without further ado, let's get to it. Right, start off by apologising for the lateness of this video and where I've been. I've been on holiday and I've been recovering from a sickness bug that everybody in my house has seemed to have caught, but there we go. Enough about that. So here's my 5 top tips on how to get a tattoo apprenticeship. Number 1, do your research. Just research lifestyles of tattooists, what it entails, and what goes into and what you will be expected to do as an apprentice. There's a lot of information out there that you can go for, me included, not trying to push there, but there is a lot out there that will explain what it means to be a tattoo apprentice. It's for a very, I'd say select few, not because of genetics and not because of artistic skill, funny ears there, because at the end of the day, it is a skill. It is not, you get some God-given talents, but you can learn to do it. There's no specific percentage, as you'll hear, that only a certain amount of percentage of the population of the world can tattoo. That's horseshit. Don't listen to that. One thing I should really advise to you against is looking on how much tattoos can make from a start, because forget all that. Tattoo apprenticeships are not paid, and it takes time to build up those numbers, to run around in convertible Mercedes and whatnot, and even in the massive cases, big fantastic supercars. But anyway, do your research, make sure you get into the right studio. Number 2, seek out, which links into that one, seek out a studio with artists that you admire. And I'm not saying just admire the personalities or anything like that, is admire their work. What do you like about their work? Can you see yourself learning from that person? And compliment them, compliment their work. Because if they adhere to your style of tattooing that you love, say for instance you like doing photorealism, approach a very good artist, a very good portrait artist, and just compliment them. Just say, oh, I admire your work for ages, and been following you for ages, and I love the work that you did on so and so, and everything like that. It will work in your favour to compliment the artist, and well, at the end of the day, flattery will get you everywhere. So yeah, so do your research and seek out the artists that you admire. Number 3, have a portfolio. Now a lot of people, and I've heard, and I've got many friends in the industry before I got my apprenticeship. One was quite successful that run her own studio for 12 years. She said the amount of people that turned up and asked for an apprenticeship without presenting a portfolio was unheard of. It was really unheard of. If you're not, and this was a massive thing for me, it was just like, what are you going to show to that studio? What are you going to show? And to be quite honest with you, you've got to show. One amazing tattoo artist that I'm friends with gave me advice beforehand. Well, I approached him and said, what shall I put in my portfolio? What shall I put? And he goes, put everything. Because the most important thing, and I mean everything, little doodles, little sketches, everything that you've got, because the main thing is to show your potential. This is where I was, and this is where I can go in this amount of time. So it shows learning capabilities and progression that you, and and all progression, but not only that, it's dedication. Dedication to get from point A to point B, or even point C, D, E, F, whatever. And it's just show your progression, show your potential that you can learn to do it. So that's a big one. Have a portfolio. And number 4 on this list ties into number 3 as well. Sorry, I'm jumped from that one a little bit quickly. But one bit of advice that you'll potentially hear out there is to show a broad aspect of art. And I was potentially misleaded into very bad apprenticeship, to be quite honest with you. I'm not saying he was a bad artist, but his attitude wasn't that great. That told me a misinformation. He told me to draw something and to continue drawing things that I didn't like. I'm no photorealism guy. I like portraits and I admire the skill that goes behind portraits and animal portraits and things like that, but it's not my bag. It really isn't my bag. So showcase the work that you love. Can't stress that enough. Showcase the work that you love. You've probably seen from my other videos, my love is Japanese, neo-traditional, biomech, new school, anything with big bold lines, brilliant colour, everything like that. That's what I love to draw. I grew up knowing that I loved to draw cartoons and was drawn to anime, was drawn to everything like that. It's just big bold colours that just excites the senses. If you show pretty much it's what you can bring to the table. It's you can bring a new element to the studio. Say if you approach a studio that is massively into the realism and everything, you might backfire and you might get turned down and it says, oh no, that's not what we're looking for in a tattoo artist or a tattoo apprentice to do this sort of style. Fair enough, they're entitled to what they want to run the shop, how they want to run their own shop. But it shows, my opinion, it shows your focus on that one style, and this is what you love, and this is the potential you can give to that style, that you can make a name for the studio that you're going into doing that style, because you're going to want to do it well and you're going to be a perfectionist over it. So that's my thing. Show what you love. If you love drawing comics, show your comic book portfolio. If you love painting and doing watercolor style stuff, show that. It's about your love and your passion, and you've got to show and present that passion to be an ideal candidate to a studio. My opinion, that's how I got my apprenticeship. And number 5, be humble. Not really too much we can say about that, apart from do not go in there, do not approach a studio saying, oh, I've done this, I've learned this way, I've done that and everything, and I'm not going to deviate from this. This is how I like to do things, and this is what I'm going to be doing whilst I'm an apprentice, English failed me there. It's not going to work in your favour. Do not argue with the managers or mentors, potential mentors that you have. It's just, don't. Be humble. Be humble. One of my mentors in the shop approached the shop that I'm actually in, and he was a tattoo artist for about, I think it was 4 years in another shop before he came to our shop, and his attitude was, I think I've learned enough from the studio that I am in at the moment, and I'm looking to learn more. And that got him the place, that got him the chair in the shop. And it's pretty much how I attacked it. Well, not attacked it, but approached it. It was just like, I'm going down this path now, and I want to change my direction, and I know a shop is the perfect way for me to get where I want to be. And it shows that you've got the correct attitude and the willingness to learn about the industry and do it correctly, which is priceless, because you probably heard it on many different videos that it's a massive undertaking to take an apprentice on, because a tattoo artist will not take on an apprentice if they feel that the apprentice does not want to be there and does not want to learn. They want someone that's serious and dedicated to that cause and is just showing a willing to learn about everything that they talk to you about. Whether at the back of your mind you're thinking, oh, I'm not agreeing with what he's telling me about art there, but they're in that position. They're the ones that are going to give you the keys to unlock the door to where you want to be. So be humble, show the willingness to learn, and yeah, go forth and multiply. Won't work for everybody, these 5 tips, but these are my top 5 and helped me massively get to where I am today and get me my apprenticeship, and have kept me in my apprenticeship for as long as I have been, and continue to grow as I'm going along on my art, not even my tattoo journey, but my artist journey as well. It's truly amazing, and I'm in a very privileged position, as I've said before. So thanks guys. If you're new to this place, hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell to get all notifications on my videos. And if you really liked what you've seen here today, hit that like button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.